Okay. Well, we bought our healing items, so I don't really
All right then.
know what else I would do. So let's just go to the coast and hope for the best. Gauntlet runner time.
Looks like the sea's settled somewhat. We've got a map of the Altaberry region too. I'd say we're set.
I guess I could have like said goodbye to a Denny.
Now
Whatever.
we can leave with our minds clear and pockets full, eh? Where are those brothers? Out on errands?
I say we just leave them behind.
Yeah, that seems like a bad idea.
Yeah, would they then kill the Mustari on the island?
Well, long as we've got a minute alone, let's go over our plan. As soon as we get to Altaberry, we give Luis the fake lance Nuris made up for us.
For all we know, they're like right up these stairs and they're listening to everything we're saying. This is how we got caught. Dumb crap like this.
While I hold on to the real one.
Then, on the eve of this divine relic dedication ceremony, we use the real lance to end this, once and for all. He doesn't know we've worked out its powers. We'll use that to our advantage. Juna, we'll need you to convince Luis to attend the eve of the festival.
Oh, I've been pestering him to do so for a while now. Don't want him spending the evening in his heavily fortified Skyrunner after all.
So where is the false lance in question?
Right here, ready to poke an eye out. Oh, what do you think? A dead ringer, eh?
Such detail. Even I can't tell them apart.
When we get to Altaberry, we'll pass off the fake to Luis. Then, we execute our plan.
Oh, by the way, I was talking with the Magnus brothers earlier. Think they might be onto us.
And you bring this up now?
That's not good. We'll need to be more careful.
Wait, footsteps. Speak of the devils. We'll need to hide the real lance.
You're late. We were about to leave you behind.
Right, all present and counted. Anchors away, what?
Aye aye, me hearties!
What's wrong then? Is that not the customary exclamation of sailors? Mr. Buckland was very specific.
You've been hanging out with Batlin. I love it.
I wouldn't believe everything he says.
Let her live out her pirate fantasies.
'Tis a strange melancholy, leaving the people we have so recently come to know.
We'll be back. With some fantastic tales to tell them, too.
Yes, certainly.
This is Altaberry Heights.
Oh, it's
We'll
actually
make
not that
faster
far.
Progress back on land.
Snow. Ugh.
Ah,
Here's Altaberry Heights. It's quite a ways. Think we'll make it in time? Without a problem. This fine wind will have us making landfall by the morrow, so the whole trip should be 2 nights with 3 days of travel.
Oh.
So I'll only have to endure 1 day of being road sick. Now there's a grim face if I ever saw one. Captain, for Stroll's sake, let us make haste.
Ha! Tally-ho then.
Full speed ahead to Altaberry Heights, capital of Montario. Take care you don't tumble overboard now. Onwards.
With a new ally in tow, the Gauntlet Runner at last departs the island toward the eastern side of the inland sea. Their destination is the Principality of Montario. Its vast mountain crags, so different from the western terrain, can be seen clearly from the water. Their forthcoming task would be their greatest trial yet. They felt the tension rise in wordless silence.
Indeed.
2 more days until we reach Altaberry, I think. Well, at least on this journey, we don't have to worry about that sea monster anymore. That's very true. Hi.
Seriously?
You realize there was probably a way to get the lance that didn't involve saving that pagan girl, yeah? Though I suppose I can't complain, since you got the lance either way. Still, if you want Count Louise's favor, take my advice and stop playing the hero. Gotta steal from Nurse.
What's this?
Mellow milk and fragrant spice. So we get an extra. I think I can cook more than usual. Does that mean we can cook 2 separate things, or does that mean we like get an extra? I don't know. I'm gonna make one of this to test the theory and see if we get 2 of it. Let's find out.
All good.
Since this is a Virga Island recipe, I'm sure Yufa will teach you. I'll go get her.
Actually,
I discussed this with my brother before leaving the island, but is it not amazing how many different cuisines the world has to offer? The pantry is filled with ingredients I've never seen before, and there are even varieties of medicinal herbs. If we combine such herbs with my island specialties, I'm sure it'll make a wonderful dish. I started preparing the food with Yufa.
may I?
Some of these herbs are bitter, but mixing them together makes them more palatable. Do be careful with this one, though. It's extremely bitter. Now we must simmer them for a bit. This is where things truly start to take shape. Ndo Ioni. It's an incantation to make it tastier. Come, say it with me. Wow, the stew we made has an intense, lingering aroma.
What this is?
It's the Mustari tribe's secret amber stew. One bite, and you will feel power well up inside you. Special cooking, I cooked without time passing. Okay, so we did get 2. Okay. So I wonder if it doubles the amount you've cooked, or if I should always just cook singles so that I get the free double. I don't know. Did she add a book? There are more books now. How to walk outside of the island. Okay. What do I want to do with my time? I do need more courage. I just noticed there's a picture of Nurse on the wall there. That's hilarious. Let's finish this book. Especially because I apparently do really need courage. Alright, let's finish Juna's book. Shall we spend some time reading it? Yes. Clusters of cryptic phrases and abstract drawings fill the pages. Was this written in some sort of trance? Handwritten illustrations span the pages. On one side, the world. On the other, a heart. In between, a song connects them. Seems she tried drawing this one. Next is a depiction of an enormous woman embracing the entire world, smiling. Is this supposed to represent something? Well, we can certainly say that artistic expression is a serious business for Juna. I feel like glimpsing Juna's raw creative passion has increased my courage.
All right.
Yay. That wasn't the end? Oh no, that was the end. With that, I finished the book. I feel like my understanding of the world has deepened.
All right.
Bonus courage.
The Gauntlet Runner arrives at Cliffshade Camp just as the curtain of night descends on the wilderness. Ideal for their cover, it works both ways, as monsters and rogues alike await their victims in the shadows of the rocks. Only a Gauntlet Runner offers peace of mind against such dangers, a large reason why they are so sought after.
Cliffside Camp.
Indeed.
We should reach the city the day after tomorrow. I can feel the temperature dropping since we made landfall. I bet it'll be pretty cold in Altabury. Okay, so they're all imagination.
All right then.
Is this Heismay? Not the kitchen. No, this is Juna. Okay. The Mistari Festival on the island weren't too bad, eh? Reminds me a bit of the bashes we used to have with the other pair of his lads. Lady Juna's smile, though, that was the biggest surprise. Never seen her so... never mind. Forget I said anything. Where is Fidelio? Is he downstairs? Is downstairs. Crap, something still feels off. How long have you been there? Wipe that look off your face. I'm not looking for sympathy. Okay.
All right then.
Take me
Let's head
to
there
the
right
deck.
away.
Let's hang out with Yufa.
Pardon me, but
Oh, Frey. Are you free at the moment? I just finished meditating, and I'd like to talk with you a bit if you don't mind. By recalling the past and planning for the future with Yufa, maybe I can hone my imagination. Sure. I've only heard about the outside world from imported books and my brother's stories. I can't believe that starting today, I will travel those lands myself. I never would have had the confidence to attempt such a venture on my own. I'm truly glad to have met you and everyone else, Frey. Glad to have you.
Yeah.
Yes, you have all been so incredibly kind. Our conversations have made me feel quite welcome. Speaking of which, Juna graciously gave me some advice about trips such as this one. She said, make sure you keep one eye on your wallet whenever you're in town and never, ever, ever follow a stranger somewhere. Juna's kindness truly knows no end. I feel quite lucky to go on a trip with so many people watching over me. Oh, that reminds me. I meant to ask you, what were things like when you began this journey? I must admit, I am somewhat curious about the place where your mission began. It is my hope that one day, when this is all over, that I may visit it. I felt my imagination grow as Yufa and I discussed the possibilities ahead of us.
All right.
Holy crap, that is an insane amount of imagination. Oh, I'm sorry. I was having so much fun talking with you, the time escaped me. Is it all right if we continue? Dang. Yufa and I talked for a while.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
it would seem that...
We now stand among the mountains. I have long gazed at the peaks of Montario from the island, but I never imagined I would see them this close. Altabury remains cold year-round, so quite accordingly, its people have perfected the art of piping hot stew. And it's home to the foremost opera house in the kingdom, as well. I suppose that will be the stage of our confrontation with Louise.
I guess.
Let's keep our hopes high. There are some tall mountains on the horizon.
So?
Let's make sure all our preparations are complete by tomorrow night. Okay. About time we made it to the mountains. Never much minded sea travel myself. Basilio, though, he turns green at the thought. Stealing.
Oh.
Thank you. I thought that Hulkenberg and Heismay both wanted to be at sea. But I guess not. Let's make... Let's make a secretist of secrets.
Okay, so
I think that's the dish Lady Juna recommends. Okay, let me go call her.
Hey!
How confident are you in your cooking skills? If you're not, remember, there's no one way to cook something. I say a dish's true value comes from its individuality. And its ingredients, of course. How boring it must be to copy recipes. I picked out ingredients with Juna. Oh, what a selection we have today. Time to use my talents to their fullest and make only the finest choices. For our base, normally you'd go with this, but let's be daring and use this instead, shall we? Yes, I'm on a roll today. She's gonna poison us. With the ingredients picked and portioned, all that's left is preparation. That's where you come in, love. No need to fret, the stage is set, and all you need to do is put on the show. Make your dish the star performer. And for the pièce de résistance, a final ingredient of my choosing. Sorry, but this one's a chef secret, even to you. Wow, our dish is so nuanced. I call it Secretist of Secrets. It's our signature dish now, and not a soul in the world could replicate it. Thanks to special cooking, I cooked without time passing, and we got a dupe.
Hey.
Seems like Dell's foot's all healed up now, thanks to Lady Rella. Now, what's got you looking so pleased? Can't make sense of all this. Okay, you want to hang out again. You know what? Let's just keep hanging out with Yufa. She's giving
All right, then.
stats that I need. I don't think anyone else is. No. Our options are courage or imagination.
Actually,
Would you join me in a bit of meditation? And the last time we meditated, we got like a crazy buff to our imagination. Yes,
I'm
let's
very
meditate.
happy.
Wonderful. Then let us sit before the altar and bid our spirits calm. My legs are numb after sitting in the same position for so long. Frey, try to clear your mind.
may I?
Meditation is about freeing yourself from your cage of a body and conversing with your soul. If you listen to the voice of your heart, everything here in the world should cease to bother you. I should attempt to do what she says, listen to the voice of my heart, but how? Not recross my legs, focus on my numbness, or just bear with it. Focus on the numbness.
Right.
I I accepted the sensation of pain and it faded into the distance. I became oblivious to external stimuli and my power of concentration increased. I'm so good. I feel that by coming out of my shell a bit and broadening my horizons, my imagination has increased.
All right.
Look at those gains.
Farewell.
I really need to focus on eloquence. It seems you've relaxed a little, so let's keep this up a bit longer, shall we? I continued to meditate with Yufa for a while.
Come look at this!
Ahoy, you lot aren't going to believe the view I'm seeing outside. I'm hitting the brakes.
The Gauntlet Runner makes a short stop in front of Colorodeo Cliff, a bluff so tremendous it fills one's vision. Its massive fissure is said to be the vestige of a god's wrath, as only a force capable of splitting heaven and earth could cause it, perfectly balanced by the work of nature, or the wrath of gods extolled in the myths of creation. None can say.
Oh, that's cool looking.
Oh,
Absolutely incredible. I've heard of sheer cliffs before, but I never imagined something like this. Indeed, falling off that precipice would be unfathomably terrifying and exhilarating, I imagine. Oh, that's not what I meant to say. But apparently I'd like to try jumping off of it.
On guard!
Darned bone-faced sanctus scullions.
What?
What's gotten into you? My, that was rather pleasing. It's quite refreshing, you know, to pull your voice from the very bottom of your gut and yell in such a manner.
Speaking of...
I'm reminded of the time you were all yelling before me. It was a rather terrible experience, I admit. But if I may, I would like to try my hand at this yelling. I forgot about that when Stroll insulted Hulkenberg.
Listen!
Never again shall I sleep in a roach-infested inn. I feel you.
Yes.
I'm with you there. How amusing. I would also like to try screaming as well. What's the matter? I fully intended to do it, but the words just won't come out at all, and Aw, this girl is too charming. Never change love. Well, does anybody else have something to yell about? I sense the gazing off the cliff's edge and being filled with an unexplainable urge to scream has somehow broadened my wisdom.
All right.
My poor eloquence.
As for me,
Then I suppose it's old Neris's turn. I've prepared a list of complaints that I wish I could recite to you all on a daily basis, and... rather chilly out here, isn't it? We should head back before we all catch a cold. Yes, we shouldn't allow ourselves to spend too much time on these distractions. Goodbye, nurse.
Bombs away!
But I must scream. As always, I've drawn this place. Here. Thank you. I'll keep Neris's picture as a souvenir of our journey.
The Gauntlet Runner stops amidst rocky terrain as twilight envelops the wilderness in darkness. The twinkling lights are not all stars. Some are the eyes of monsters peering through the dark. To await the dawn in comfort and peace is a privilege only the Gauntlet Runner can provide.
Oh, looks like we're gonna have another place we get a picture from before we reach Altabury.